All right. That applause is for the folks at Parx getting the track open and ready to go for once.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are back to Parx for Money Monday. I suppose it's fast today. And I kept refreshing the Parx Twitter page, expecting to see live racing has been canceled, but it has not been canceled. Neither has a free track today, which is haven't put it in there yet. So we'll do Will Rogers, I guess, because Sunland Park has canceled. So free track will be Will Rogers. I'll do that in just a minute. Of course, when the show is over, right here at horseracingtoday.net, we'll post our picks, our thoughts right here. Click on that. And then you'll come in here. You'll see our, well, this is Tom and I. We had a decent day. I had a nice $75 exacta over there. But we'll have all of our stuff in here, as well as links to the smart sheets, links to the explanation for the smart sheets, links to a tip jar, and then links to the free track. First, there's that HRT gear button right there. Click on that. Come on over here and get yourself a cap or a sweatshirt or however it is you like to dress yourself up. Good morning. Let's hit some pick threes and pick fours today. Good morning, Don Johnson. Welcome in to race number 1 at Parx. We'll travel 1 mile and 70 yards around the track. It is a maiden claiming for 15 grand. And as we've pointed out a lot of times on the show, when we're looking at maiden claiming races, we like to look at the speed figure over here to see at the smart sheets who's hit par, Terry, and that answer is a pretty easy one.
Yeah, there's nobody that's actually hit it. There's 2 of them that came really close within 1 or 2 points, and that's that 1 and that 4. And and they also have a little bit of a chance to do that again today.
Especially that 1 horse with par plus, where we do 1,000 simulations where we calculate out a projected speed figure in 379 out of 1,000 times. House Buster Dud wasn't a dud, actually hit that speed figure of 72. Terry, these races, a lot of times jockeys and trainers make a difference, and where do you find that?
Yeah, you can see that the 8 has the best jockey, the 4 the best trainer according to the data, but I think the 8 is the best jockey trainer combination.
A lot of times, too, we see C-zone play into these factors as well. Those are horses that'll get a trip that looks a lot like their best performances. That number can be found right here, Terry, and a couple of them that get above 50%.
Yeah, there are actually 3 of them that do. The 1's really nice at 85.69%, followed up by that 4 at 71.93%. And then the 7 is just above that 50% threshold at 51.19%.
Yeah, and you see a lot of times these maiden races are won by horses that get to the lead. You got the 9, the 3, and a 2. The 9, a closer, the 3, not within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. It's got a little left arrow action out of that 9, 1 and 2 up front. Last time out, the 4 ran a speed figure 6 points better than everybody else. Also our top total pace favorite when you add early pace and late pace. The 1 is our simulation favorite. Terry, who's your favorite to take home the opener?
Well, I like that 4, accelerated dating. 3rd place last time versus tougher rivals. Best start speed is fastest among today's starters. Trainer wins 23% of the time. The time when he drops, of course, twice. 2 classes. And jockey stats are solid. Housebuster Dude, the 1 rail post, is winning at 29% clip. Drops a class today, has a high percentage winning trainer jockey. And then the 8, Coach Keeve has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Lasix added. Then I like the 3 as my long shot. Drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 32% of the races when taking a horse from a sprint to a route. The longer distance should help this horse. No additional bets for me here.
Well, we've been off for a couple of weeks from Parx, and we start out exactly the same. So 4 horse accelerated dating. Hi, how are you? And then goodbye, right? It's accelerated dating nowadays. The 1 horse, Housebuster Dude, simulation favorite, strong C-zone, consistent. That 4 horse accelerated dating, yeah, anything close to its last race would be good enough. The 8 horse, Coach Kriv, does have some second race upside. And then finally, the 3 horse, Neelam Bar, could be forward, a horse that has some opportunity to be better in the second race as well. We have $100 in our Benny in the bets bucks. I had $12 left. I was debating here or elsewhere for a trifecta. I figured, what the heck? Let's just get cracking. The 50-cent trifecta box. 1 over the 3, the 4, and the 8 in the open. our friend Don Johnson does like to see the picks for race number 2 for daily doubles. There you go. Before race number 1 gets cooking. It's a good sunny day there. A lot of snow on the sidelines, Terry. But one thing people ought not do is sit on the sidelines, Terry. What should they do?
Well, they need to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the little bell so they're notified about all the great programs that are coming up. And then go ahead and copy the link at the bottom, share it with everybody you know, so they can go to our social sites. And I mean, to our site here and see what we're doing. Go to our social sites at X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Skies at Horse Racing, the number 2 day, and give us a thumbs up and a like, and keep us informed and picks on during the show, as we love the comments.
Yeah, as much as we like the folks at Horse Racing today, we are Horse Race Today. So make sure that you see that down there on the bottom, Horse Race, the number 2 day. That's the great place to follow along with what we're doing. Let's take a look at race number 1 right now in our smart sheet. See if we can find any value. Well, the 1 horse is 3-2. He's 9-5. So some value there. He's the favorite as well at the moment. The 4 horse at 9-5. It's basically 3-2 right now, which would be 9-6. So basically fair value. After that, we have the 9 horse at 9-1. It's 7-1. The 8 horse, 7-1. No value there. Jessica Paquette in my ear. Thank you, Jessica Paquette. How are you? And that's about it for value. So the 1 horse is your value horse right now. That is also your favorite. So maybe just a win bet on the 1 at 9-5, but he'll probably be 5-9 if he's got the lead coming out of the turn. They're all lined up. They're all set. Just about ready to get cracking on a Monday, Money Monday at Parx for the first time in, what about 3 weeks?
Yep.
They're all set. A couple of horses acting up a little bit. They've all settled. Just waiting for the, what they're waiting for. There they go. The 2 horse got left at the gate. The 1 horse did get a nice break in there, along with the 3. The 3's on the mix. And then as they head into the opening turn, you got the 3 on the lead. You got the 7, or maybe the 9. Now, the 8 and the 9 going 4 wide through the turn. Not the place you want your horse to be, usually. The 1 horse did end up going from 9-5 to 1-1, Terry. The 3 horse at the moment, one of those that is up near the lead, is battling along with the 1 horse, it looks like, and the 8 is in that mix as well, along with the 9. So many of the horses we thought would show speed indeed have. The 2 horse that got off to the funky break, it's now in 5th place, about 3 lengths off the lead. The 7 horse, it's in 5th. It's moving well as they open up in 22.73 seconds. The 1 horse right now, House Buster Dud, not running a dud on the lead, 47-2, kind of pulling away from the pack at the moment. Let's see if anybody else decides to get involved. At the moment, it looks like you got the. Looks like you're going to get that 2 horse after that funky break. He's going to come in pretty aggressively here in race number 1. He's probably going to finish 2nd. He might actually run down the 1 horse, which would be kind of funny because you got off to that horrible start. But 1 horse. Now you got the 4 horse trying to make its move. 4 horse might catch the 2. I would kind of circle that 2 off of that race, to be honest with you. Lucky Capo just really did give up a lot of lead early on. The 1 horse runs away with it, 1-1, and then the 2 at 30-1, and then it looks like the 8 and the 6, the 4 horse. Accelerated dating, yes, indeed, a dud. Perhaps more traditional dating would be the best way, right?
Yeah.
Which won the Parx the first race? Spanish, someone please. I asked the same question myself. The 1 horse. I played the 4. Please hope the show today hit that like button. It's free. 4 was a rat. Yeah, a few rats in that pack, I guess. Unfortunately, none of them are Frank Sinatra or James Dean. And probably almost nobody knows what the hell I'm talking about. Race number 2. It's next for you and I, Terry. 6.5 furlongs. Usually favors a little bit of speed. So if we're looking for speed in race number 2, because we just saw speed win race number 1, plenty of horses to get going early on.
Yeah, there's a lot of speed in here, and they're all pretty close. The 6 has the most speed, followed up by the 9.
Yeah, and then we look down here. You got really most of these horses, pretty evenly matched. Some that want to be front and forward, some that want to be in the back. None really with a strong C zone in there, Terry. But we do see a horse that does have a very strong set of connections.
Yeah, the 3 has the best jockey, and the 4 has got a little bit better trainer as far as the data goes, but the 3 is the best combination jockey trainer.
We see over here the 9 horse, Awesome Anime, 14-point last race speed figure, big time simulation favorite in there, Terry. In the last race number 1, I do think our simulation favorite did win. We had him at 3-2 odds. Went off at 1-1. We did mention when it was 9-5, it was good value. Too bad you can't lock that in. So in race number 2, Terry, we have some things that we like in the smart sheets. Perhaps in race number 2, we'll see another sim favorite win. What do you think?
I like the 9, Awesome Anne Marie. She ran second versus Tucker in the last race. Drops in class today, has high percentage winning trainer jockey. Killy Start, the 6, has won 3 races out of the last 4 starts. Drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer. Wins 36% of the races in the first start with this trainer. Flower Mound, the 3, drops in class today. Trainer wins 43% of the races when dropping a horse down 2+ classes, and this jockey has strong stats. And then Rolls Royce Joyce, the 5, has won her last 2 races in a row, goes for a hat trick, has a high percentage winning jockey. I'm going to go with first Miami Vice, Don Johnson, pick 4. I'm going to use the 4-6 with the 1, 2, 3, 4 with the 3, 4, 6, 7 with the 2, 6, 7, a $48 ticket.
Awesome Anne Marie is an awesome pick for me. 14-point last race speed figure, edge over everybody else. Should be close to the pace here as your top total pace horse as well. Then the 6, Killy Start, second start after a layoff, first time at Parx. Going to be a part of the early pace and also garners the top closer number. You see here, he could get on the lead and then has the best closing number. Can't pass what you can't catch sometimes. Bright Kahuna. That horse, as we take a look at the race shape, could be the lone E type. If it gets the lead, does have the strongest or one of the strongest C zones, does have a shot to be forward. So we can get to the lead. Those horses can be dangerous. Then finally, the 3 horse Flower Mound. You got Michael Sanchez, Michael Pino, a dynamic duo at Parx. They got a lot of ground to make up after missing out on a lot of purses last week. Classic third start after a layoff and a class dropper. My pick 4 looks like this: 2, 6, 8, 1, 3, 4, 6, 3, 7, and then the 3, the 6, and the 7 and the 8 for $48 as well. Hopefully we can pop one of those, Stuart and others today. Race number 3, we go back to 1 mile and 70 yards. We just saw the 1 horse compete for the lead and keep the lead all the way around the track there, Terry. Perhaps we can see them do that again. The second time they go $1.70. If we see a horse do that again, who might it be?
Well, look at the 1's got really a lot of speed compared to the rest of them in here, almost double the speed of the closest competitor, the 2.
And perhaps we'll see back-to-back 1s go wire to wire at $1.70. The race shape tells us the 1 wants to be towards the front along with the 5. Everybody else towards the middle and back. We got 2 horses in here, though, Terry, with excellent chances to get excellent trips. And who are they?
Yeah, the 4 and the 5 are going to be very comfortable in here as they're way above the 50% threshold. They're at 92.25%. And the 6 will be comfortable as well.
When we take a look at the jockey and trainers, who will be comfortable with that?
Well, the 3's got the best jockey, 4's got the best trainer. But guess what? I think the 6 is the best jockey-trainer combination.
Luluvation. There you go. A no horse. A couple no horses in there. But although the 1 has not hit par yet, has the best chance to do it today. All these horses over here showed better fractions in the opening quarter and the second quarter of their last race. The 6 horse Luluvation with that top jockey trainer combination, according to Terry. Also, the only class dropper. The 1 is your simulation favorite. It is your total pace favorite. Will the 1 go back to back at $1.70, Terry?
Well, I actually like the 4 Rain Amar. 3rd last out versus similar top speed at today's. This is tied for the fastest start speed. Blinkers are on today. Trainer and jockey have high win rates. And then Sweet Marie, the 1 that you referring to, ran second versus them in the last race. Rail Post is winning at a 29% clip and the highest last speed rating, tied with another horse. Eloper, the 2, has a high percentage winning trainer, can handle the distance. Miss Jones has a high percentage winning jockey. Best start speed is close to the average winning speed. No additional bets for me here.
The 1 horse, Sweet Marie. That one has a big chance to be the pace setter. It is a no horse. It hasn't hit par, but it is also a horse that has a Z pattern. So you see there a 70 followed by a 64 and then a 77 second wind. We call that a Z pattern for beaten favorite last time out. Rainamar does have a very strong C-zone, consistent, and the 4 horse will be making its move at the end. Mrs. Jones. Z pattern again, much better late in its last effort. And then Lulovation. There you go. Another Z pattern horse today. It's like the Z pattern Monday. This one is your only class dropper and does have, according to Terry, the best jockey trainer combination. So what the hell? No bets for me in race number 3, which means we will move our talents to race number 4, Terry.
Okay.
Crypto codes. There we go. Our good friend Private Ross coming back. How are you, Mr. Ross? Hopefully you had a pleasant weekend. And I know it's like 25 degrees out, but it feels like a million. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend and everything went the way they wanted it to go. Race number 4, next on our agenda, Terry. In the 4th race today at Parx, they make it that far. 6.5 furlongs. Again, that should favor inside speed. Terry, in race number 4, we don't find any speed on the inside. We find a Buffalo Girl round the outside.
That's right. The 7 has the most speed, actually almost double the closest horse to it.
I also see the 7 over here for the first time today showing a number in our second race par ability. That means that horse is going to make its second start today. And with upside potential to 87, we see here that the speed figure, average winning speed figure for this level is 83. So the 7 can get there. That's a good number to keep an eye on, Terry. Some other numbers worth keeping an eye on are jockeys and trainers.
Yeah, you take a look at the 4. It's got the best jockey and the best trainer and the best jockey trainer combination.
Yeah, indeed, it does. Down here, we see that most of these horses want to be forward, middle forward. You got like a little triangle like that with 1 horse over here, the 7 being at the point. Those point horses can be very dangerous, Terry, but it looks like in all of this, another horse that can be dangerous, that Sesame Street horse, one that's in the middle, unlike any of the others, might be the most dangerous according to its C-zone.
Yes, it has a very nice C-zone, 92.65%, and the only other horse above that 50% threshold is the 4.
Yes, another nice score is the 5-point last race speed figure for the 3 horse. Splitting Stones. Terry, look at that overlay on Splitting Stones.
Wow, you can take a look there at that 3. It's got from 9 to 5 to a whopping 15 to 1, and the 7's from a 9 to 5 to a 3 to 1.
Those 2 grading out as our 2 simulation favorites. The 7, off of its debut, had a 6-point total pace advantage. Every 5 points equals approximately 1 length. So the 7, with room to improve, would have won the last race by about a length. Does he win this race today by more than that, Terry?
Well, I like the 7. St. Imprin won his debut race at Parx Racing, has a high percentage winning trainer, switches to high percentage winning jockey. And then I like the number 4, Sam's After Party. Won at last race at Parx Racing, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Splitting the Stones, number 3. He also won his debut race at Parx Racing. Best start speed is fast among today's starters, has a high percentage winning jockey. And then Reeling and Dealing is the 6 horse, my long shot. Best start speed is fast among today's starters, actually tied with the horse above the 3 Splitting Stones, and then has a high percentage winning trainer. I'm going to play the second pick 4, Miami Vice Don Johnson, 3, 4, 6, 7, with the 2, 6, 7, with the 2, 4, 7, and 8. Finish up with a 6, 7, $48 ticket.
Yeah, just single the 1, folks, because the only horse Terry and I don't have in this 5-horse race. Reverse the curse. Yeah, it is a curse when we pick all 4 the same and we leave 1 out in a 5-horse race. Yeah, the 7 horse, St. Ephraim, yeah, that's the simulation favorite. Top total pace. Left arrow, pace setter. Second race upside. Lots of reasons to like that guy. The 3-horse Splitting Stone's a little bit of a long shot. Did run that top last race speed figure last time out. That was a handful of points better than everybody else. Again, the godfather of speed figures, Andrew Beyer, in his book says, or one of them anyway, 3-point edge is more than enough to highly consider that horse. And that one, as I mentioned, had better pace all across the board. And not only that, but had better fractions. That's what we call 5 ways better. Those 5 ways better horses many times perform better today. Why not at a price? The 4-horse Sam's After Party may be the most consistent horse in here. And then Reelin' and Dealin', the 6-horse may be the most back class in here. I left them all off my pick 4 because, yeah, I'm an idiot. 3, 7, 3, 6, 7, 8, 2, 7, 8, 1, 2, 5, and 6 for me. Another $48 for the second of our pick 4s. The 5th race marks the end of the first half of this 10-race card. Again, 6.5 furlongs in race number 5, where we shall seek, maybe we shall find, Terry, some speed, particularly on the inside in race 5.
Well, you're going to be disappointed because it's almost to the outside. It's at 6. It's got the most speed, followed up by the 5 and the 7. So they're all 3 outside horses.
Yeah, you look all these speed in here, Terry. Bang, 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 bang. These horses want to be middle forward. This 4-horse, again, there you have that triangle. With that 4-horse all by myself. I'd like the 4 more if it had a pretty strong C-zone, but you're going to have to look elsewhere for that.
Yeah, take a look at the 6, 7, and 8, all above the 50% threshold, especially that 8.
And that 8 is another one you're going to say something special about.
Yeah, he has the best jockey trainer, so he's the best jockey trainer combination.
We see another horse here, the 2-horse Nezzy's Girl. That was 5 ways better last time out. In this race, we have a pretty big class dropper in the 3, as well as the 7 and the 8. The 3 moving down 1.8 lengths. That's a pretty big drop in class. It's also our simulation favorite, although the 7 does take home the top total pace calling. Who's your top pick and the first half of today's card, Terry?
I like the 2, Nezzy's Girl. Won last race, Parx Racing, highest last speed rating, has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. And then I like the 7, by what? Jealous?
Bye-bye, Jealous Eye.
Yeah, bye-bye, Jealous Eye. Okay. Finished 3rd versus 7 in the last race. Has a high percentage winning trainer. Wins 18% of the race in the second start with the trainer. And then I like the 6, finished 3rd versus similar in the last race. Early speed running style helps chances. Good workout on 4 furlongs on January 17th. Sandy Girl, the 5 is my long shot. Finished 2nd in the last race. Early speed style helps chances. No bets for me here.
I'm going to go with the 3-horse, Kalisa, to win today. Simulation favorite, a big-time simulation favorite that we see, 9-5. Everybody else kind of long from there. Much better early last time out, and a chance to continue that trend in the third start, classic third start after the layoff. Then I have the 7, Bye-Bye Jealous Eye, top total pace horse in the race. I'm very consistent horse, but I am a bit concerned about some regression in this start here. Then the 6, Roozy-Roo, should be your pace setter. This horse won the last time it had the early lead. And then finally 8, I'm going to take a little bit of a long shot here, 7, PRC. The last time this horse came out, the barn, on the first up, it was really ugly race. Last time out was the first up. Guess what? A really ugly race.
Yeah.
Next time out, last time it followed up ugly with pretty and won. Let's see if it can repeat that pattern. No bets for me in race number 5. Before we move on to the second half of the card, Terry, just a reminder, tomorrow, weather permitting, we'll do Parx. Weather should be fine on Wednesday and Thursday when we'll go to Tampa Bay, and then Thursday, Gulfstream Park. Friday, Foreign Friday, I think Thomas said we're going to make our way back down to Australia. And then to make sure you don't miss any Australian racing, Florida racing, or Ben Salem racing tomorrow, Terry, what else should you do?
Well, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do that. It helps us out a lot. You hit that bell and it'll tell you about when the Foreign Fridays are coming up and whatever else is happening on our sites. And go ahead and copy the link below, share it with everybody you know so they can come and take a look at us too. Go to our social sites at X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Skies at Horse Racing, the number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and a like. And also keep the comments coming like Private Ross and Hector and Antonio and others that have done that today. So,
yeah, if you're watching on X, kindly retweet right now so other folks looking for content can find us. We'd appreciate that. On the YouTube, you'll see a button for share. Hit that share button. Pass that along to your friends on your social sites too. We'd like to get to 10,000 subscribers this year. We have some plans to increase our content soon, I hope. If the chat GPT would cooperate with me, I would be done already, but it hallucinates probably more than I do. All right, race 6, 7 furlongs, optional claiming 16,000. Again, Terry, ordinarily in this setup, some inside speed would work. Got a lot of horses, but really only 2 that want to get up and get going.
yeah, the 5, which is in the middle of the pack, and the 10, which is in the outside of the pack, have the most speed. If the 5 gets a good break, I think the 5 will get the quarter pole first.
Yeah, the 5 and the 3 want the lead to win. Everybody else is sort of middle back. That 10 horse becomes a left arrow horse, Terry, and it's a left arrow horse with the strongest C-zone. Those can be dangerous.
It sure can, and it's got a nice 82.79% C-zone. And then the 8 and the, 6 are about a little bit above 50% threshold that we like to see.
So to watch the races, Roman, typically what you want to do, HIPAA TV never worked again, yeah. I think you can go to like TVG. My understanding is I think TVG bought HGTV down there, whatever, horse for HRTV down below the Texas border. So I would look at TVG and see if indeed that's the place you can watch some races. You can open an account down there and you don't have to wager to watch the races. So take a look at that. Mariachi bands played by Garbage Heap, Neil Young. You like that, huh? Good afternoon to everyone in the group today, Monday. I recommend the 6 in the second race at Parx. Very good. I think we have that in our picks as well. We'll get back to that in just a minute. In this race, Terry, jockeys and trainers, you have a couple really good ones to look at.
Yeah, look at the 9's got the best jockey, but the 8 has a really good one too. And the 8 has a good trainer. I think that's the best jockey-trainer combination.
Along with having some speed, the little Cocoa Bean was better 5 ways, better early pace, better mid pace, better late pace, better fractions for the opening quarter mile and the second quarter. You see here the 10 horse, the other front runner, another one that showed better late pace, better middle pace, and better fractions early on as well. Over here, we see a lot of these horses, Terry, pretty tight odds. Our total pace numbers, pretty tight again between top and bottom. This looks like one of those races where any horse could win, so maybe keep an eye out for value, and it looks like there's a few to choose from.
Yeah, take a look at the 1, has about 5-1 to 12-1. The 2 goes from 9-2 to 5-1. The 3 has got a value from 4-1 to 10-1, and then I think that's the 5 has a value from 5-1 to 8-1.
Yeah, we see here a bunch of class droppers in here, and everybody else kind of rising in class. All right, Terry, a pretty open race to start the second half of the card. Which way are you going to go?
I like the 2 Western Woman, likes Parx Racing, finished the money 86% of the races here, winning 29% of those starts, and can handle the distance. Jockey also has a high win percentage. And then 8 is my second choice. Won last race at Parx Racing, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Stress reliever, the 7, finished 6th as a favorite last out at a mile. The trainer wins, though, at 31% of the time when bringing a beaten favorite back, and the shorter distance should help this horse. And then the 4 is my long shot, won the last race at Parx Racing, has a high percentage winning trainer. No bets for me in this race.
I'm going to go with the 8, Leiluana Sue, my first pick in this wide open race. Top total pace horse in the race, and it's run at Parx 6 times. And guess how many times it's finished in the money, Terry?
6.
6. So I expect a decent race. Number 7, Stress Reliever. We can all use one of those. It's a Jamie Ness horse making the 3rd start after layoff. Coming in from Laurel, but it does have some history at Parx. 2 races where they second and a third. And then the 2 Western Woman, very consistent horse in terms of race-to-race performance. Also pretty consistent at Parx as well. In the money, on the board with a first, second, or third place finish in 6 out of 7 starts. And then Finale, Loretha, the 4 horse at 12-1 morning line odds. This guy's moving up the speed ladder, Terry. Should be better in the 3rd start after layoff, but the horse is not finished in the money. 3 chances at the distance. I'm going to do a $5 exact, the key box 8 over the 2, the 4, the 6, and the 7 in a race that can go a lot of different ways. Explain to me, Terry, why Turf Paradise has short prices.
Well, first of all, they have a lot of short fields, which actually tend to make the short prices win more often. They also don't have as good a quality of horses coming in, I think, as some of the other tracks of the East and that, so that the horses that stand out pretty well for the public. So there you go.
The 999 my afternoon special has already won. Where did it win? So yeah, for me, I think one of the other reasons down there too is that it's one of those speed tracks. So if you can identify a horse that gets to the front, that alone is a pretty good advantage. In the 7th race, the last of the pick 4s today, we're going to go a lot of production going on at the moment here. Button after button after button after button. All right, this is a 6 furlong maiden special weight race for $50,000. You have a speed figure here of 83 being the key number. If we take a look at race number 7, only one horse, Terry, has hit that number.
Yeah, that's that 6 horse, New York's Finest, is the only horse that equaled or exceeded the speed par number for today's race.
The 2 horse Gold in My Hands has come within 1 point. So if it's 83, that means that guy has hit 82. The rest are no's. So when you see no's, Terry, I think the 8 horse is out of this race. It's scratched kind of late. So when you see no's, the next thing you ought to do is look where?
You can look at the first-time starters and see if any of them get to that 2.5 place that we like to see them. And neither one of these have. The best one is the one with 1.69 and then followed up by that 1.49 on that 10.
Where did you come from? What is that? What do you mean by that? That's a pretty open question, I suppose. All right. So here we go. This race shape tells us the 6 pressure horse, 2 and 7. They want to close the 3, the 5, and the 9, not within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. The 1, the 8, and the 10. Again, Terry pointed out their first-time starters. Sometimes speed wins, so there's your speed horses here, Terry. But I feel like when you got a bunch of no's, you have to include at least one first-time starter. You probably also have to take a look at jockeys and trainers, and it looks like maybe 1 or 2 to consider there.
Yeah, the 2 has the best jockey, and followed up by that 7, I guess it is, and then the 2 also has the best trainer. So I think that's the best trainer jockey combination.
Of all the horses with experience, it looks like the 2 and the 6 are standouts, Terry. The question is, do you take the standouts or does something else stand out?
Well, I took one of the standouts, New York's Finest, the 6, ran second versus similar in the last race, best start speed is fast among starters. Then I took Sam's Glory, the 7, ran third in the last race, has a high percentage winning trainer. And this trainer wins 23% of the time when taking a maiden, claiming to a maiden race. And then Buff Gary, the 5, has a high percentage winning trainer and switches the high percentage winning jockey. Then I like that 2 you referred to, Gold in My Hands. Finished third versus similar in the last race, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I'm going to bet the last Miami Vice, Don Johnson, pick 4, 2, 5, 6, 7 with the 1, 5 with the 2, 7. I'm going to finish up with a 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, $48 ticket.
Well, the 6 horse is the only yes horse that is hit par, so you absolutely have to put that guy in your picks no matter what. Can't tell you how many times we've seen those types, even if they look like crap on paper, win. This one doesn't look like crap on paper. Gold in My Hands, that horse was within a point of hitting par. So it doesn't have to improve it much in this race. Then Buff Gary, this one does have some second race upside, Terry. Does have some early speed. Going to catch a dose of Lasix. That could be useful. And then I'm going to go with the 1 horse. as my next pick. It is your highest rated first time starter with the 8 no longer in this race. So that's what we're going to do. 1, 2, 5, 6 with the 1, 5, the 1, 2, 7 with the 4, the 6, the 7, and the 8 for $48. Just spent a little bit differently for me. So race number 2, Terry, looks like they're lining up. It's nice. Today we've got a little bit of synchronicity with the folks at Parx today. The 9 horse is not your favorite, 9 to 5. So you're getting some value on Awesome and Marie to start the second. The 6 horse is actually your favorite right now. Could be your pace setter. Where else are we finding a little bit of value in here, Terry? Let's see the 4 horse. The 4 horse, 18 to 1, getting a ton of value on Golden Philly in Philly.
Wow.
The 3 horse, no. The 2 horse, 17 to 1. So there you go. The Golden Philly in Philly. And the 9. So the 3 and the 9, those 2 horses with some value. The race is off and it is running. And at the moment, the 2 horse, Bright Kahuna, getting out to the lead. And we mentioned when we were talking about this race that the 2 horse on the front could be dangerous as a lone E-type. Behind it, you have the 4 and the 3. A whole host of horses behind them. They ran 23 seconds for the opening quarter, not overwhelmingly fast. The 3 horse now in race number 2 has challenged the 2 horse. Those 2 are still near the front. Let's see which one of those guys makes its move first. Looks like they're both running pretty easy at the moment. We'll see. They ran 47 to 21, so they don't really go all that fast. The 2 horse is kind of tugging away a little bit from the 3 horse, but he'd come up the track a little bit. I don't know. The 2 horse is going to be your winner. He's all over the track because he's tiring, but okay. 2, 3, 5, 4. 2, 3, 5, and 4.
Wow, 6 and 9 didn't even get calls.
No, I don't know what happened to those 2. They decided to take the day off, apparently, no?
Mm-hmm.
Well, one thing we've noticed, and this is the thing I was thinking about too, is with all that bad weather, they probably did some work to the track there. Sometimes they seal it, right?
Yeah.
And that can speed it up a little bit. And that's kind of something I was thinking about today. And although the 2 horse didn't show that it was, you see right here, it had a good chance to get to the lead. The thing that was interesting to me that as it got to the lead, it was your lone E. That's what the horse likes to win, and that's what it did. So we'll see if we can get a call in the next race, Terry. Hopefully you do, because I do think the next race is a very important race for Terry. No, not? Okay, good.
It's the race after.
I'm getting ahead of myself. Something I tend to do. Race number 8. Yeah, sometimes they do it in ways that bother me, right? Best bet's coming up, my man, right? 9 was a rat. So far, we've had a couple rats, Don Johnson.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that, but a rat is a rat is a rat. Well, hopefully, no rats in race number 8 at 7 furlongs, claiming 25 grand. Well, so far, Terry, we've seen a rout. We've seen a sprint. Both were won by horses that got to the lead. And if that's the case, you don't have to look any farther than
the 7. The 7 has the most speed, followed up by that 5 and the 4. So,
and what's interesting about the 7, he's a closer. So that's left arrow action, and many times those left arrow horses do exceptionally well. We do see a couple of horses in here, though, Terry, in a race that looks like a blob where everybody's going to kind of just bunch up. That might be the most comfortable in the bunch.
Yeah, the 3 and the 5 will be the most comfortable. They're both in the 60% area.
Yeah, the jockeys and trainers, again, it looks like a couple of good ones to consider.
Yeah.
Which are your favorites?
Well, the 3 has the best jockey, and the 8 has also got a good jockey. 7 and 8 both have really good trainers, but I think the 8 is the best jockey-trainer combination.
8's also our simulation favorite. 3 horse, however, tops the list of top total pace. Another race, Terry, where plenty of horses can win. Which one do you think will?
Well, for me, in this race, I like Concrete Phase, the one, ran second versus Tupper in last race, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then I like the 5, Pam Pam. Finished second as a favorite out last mile, but the trainer wins 31% of the time when bringing a beaten favorite back. And then it has a bullet workout on January 14th at 4 furlongs. What a World, the 7, finished the money in the last 3 starts, win with 1 win, finished in third versus similar in the last race. And then the 8, Always Laughing, won last race at Parx Racing, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. No additional bets for me here.
Concrete Phase is my first pick too, Terry. This one, better across the board. Also, you see in our smart sheets, the 1 horse. Better early pace, better mid pace, better late pace. I'm a big fan of that. And run at Parx 3 times. It's finished in the money all 3. I'm a fan of that too. Pam Pam, the 5 horse, should be part of the early going. And anytime Jamie Ness has a horse in the race, you better pay attention. That's the trainer, by the way. Number 8, Always Laughing. That one, Terry, tied for the simulation favorite. Coming off the sidelines today. Usually comes off ready, but not necessarily ready to win. And then finally, 2, Warriors Ransom. Did show some better early pace last time out. The resume says minor improvement, could be on tap in the classic third start after a layoff. I had $8 left. I figured, what the hell? I'll bet an $8 double, 1 with the 7, which I do think in race number 9. Now we're going to have something significant to talk about with Mr. Terry. We'll get to that in a moment after a drum roll. But before we get to all that good stuff, 6 furlongs in race number 9. Again, tends to favor horses on the inside with some speed, Terry. We're coming up with that, my boy. Hang on, all right? Don't get too carried away. I'm trying to give you all of the foreshadowing possible. Building up the suspense. So in race number 9, if you want a leader, who do you got?
Well, number 2, you can take a look there. This has lots of speed. Unless it has a lot of trouble getting out of the gate, it should just go to that front right away.
Yeah, the 2 horse. We saw a 2 horse as a lone E in the last race. Take him away all the way around the track on the lead, although it has a pretty strong C-zone, but not the best.
No, the best is the 7 with the 93%, but that 2 also is going to be very comfortable along with the 6.
The 7 has a couple of other bests too.
Yeah, it has the best jockey trainer, and so it's the best jockey trainer combination.
Lucky Dude, the number 7, has a 7-point last race speed figure edge. I was going to say, if this is a 7 furlong race, that has to be a code. You do see the 7 here is a yes horse. The 1 and the 7 by far the strongest par pluses. Before we head off to Terry's best bet, of course, we got to build some more suspense before we get more people banging on the comment section. Drum roll, please. And Terry's best bet of the day is
the number 7 horse, Lucky Dude. Anyway, I finished up last week with a really nice day. Had my pick of the day 1. I had 2 pick 4s during that day. And so I'm hoping to go ahead and start this week with another good pick of the day. Number 7, Lucky Dude, has won 2 races in a row, goes for a hat trick, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Cold Feet, the 2, drops in class today, can improve at the shorter distance. Highest speed favorite today's distance, best start speed is fast among today's starters, has a high percentage winning trainer. I like the 1, Lasso, likes Parx Racing, been in the money 67% of the time, winning 33% of the starts at today's distance, finished 33% of the time in the money, and winning 33% of the starts. And then also the 5 has got a very good track record here. 54% of the races he's been in the money. He won 24% of that. He can handle the distances. He's been in the money 70% of the time, winning 40% of the start. I'm going to bet 20 to win on the 7, a $10 exacta box 2-7, a $10 exacta 7 on top with a 1-2-5-6, and a $3 exacta box 1-2-7. That's it.
Lucky Dude could be a lucky dude today, Terry, with a 7-point last race speed figure edge. Definitely the most upside in the race. And then Lasso, your sim favorite, top total pace. It's the only class dropper. We see that right here, moving down almost a full length in there. did show some better early pace and better fractions. The only horse to do that with the top par plus. Very dangerous on the dance floor. Cold Feet. I know somebody with that. Could steal this one on the lead with that pretty strong early speed advantage. About 8 points, about a length and a half. Then finally, Grandma Llama Ding Dong. It is going to be, or at least initially, the longest price in a 5-horse race. Look up how to win horse racing contest with Stephen Fielder on our YouTube channel to find out why that's important. But what's even more important, Terry, is it has the best name of the day. Grandma Llama Ding Dong.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, I got to get something right. Finally, today, race number 10. Again, before we go off to the finale today, I will make Will Rogers the free track of the day. I don't know what I was thinking there, Terry. Sometimes the old brain doesn't work the way the old brain's supposed to work, I suppose. So Will Rogers will be the free track of the day over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. I'm going to do that right about now. There's a link in the description on YouTube. You'll also find a link over at horseracingtoday.net. Right here, smack dab middle of the screen. Again, horseracingtoday.net. You'll see a link of the story. Just click on it. It'll look just like this. Last week's picks at Gulfstream Park, where Terry ended the week on a high note. You'll get our smart sheets here. You get the explanations to the smart sheets there. A link to a tip jar if you like what we do. And then again, a link to the free pick. There will be a race replay. All of our picks and suggested wagers below that. Another way to support the show is the HRT gear button right there. It'll take you over to our shop. You can get an 11 hats or whatever you like, right? Choices.
That's right.
You choose what you want. It's the way life works. All right, let's see. The 5 is Steve Alexander's crypto code 2. I hate to hear the track announcer making the call for the 5 typo. Stephen Fielder, yeah, good guy. Super califragilistic, superalidocious. Yeah, there you go. Terry's up against the codes today. Well, we're up against the clock, at least the card, in the finale. 5.5 furlongs to close the show, Terry. You know, these short races should favor horses that can get out to the lead, and this is a race where a few will compete for that prize.
That's right. It's anybody's guess because they're all pretty close in their speed, at least 4 of them. And so it just depends on who gets the best break that's going to go to that quarter pole first.
Yeah, very balanced race. 4 on the front, 4 on the back. So no real edge in there in any way, shape, or form. But one of these horses has a big edge in terms of catching a pace that looks like its best race.
That's right. The 4 is really, really comfortable with an 87.61%, double anything else in there. So if it gets out there, it'll do pretty well.
But he doesn't have the best jockey or trainer.
No, the 5. No, actually, the 5 has the best jockey, and then the 10 has the best trainer. But I think the 5 is the best jockey-trainer combination.
Got a couple of horses here. The 6 and the 7, Dusale and Amazing. Woo! 5 ways better last time out, and Ducale, maybe that's how you pronounce it. 9 point last race speed figure, though. The 9 in the last race was plus 14. As Terry mentioned, he didn't get a call. The 6 horse was one of the favorites. It didn't get a call. The 6 is your simulation favorite. Maybe it'll get a call here. The 8 horse is your top total pace. I guess you just throw out the 6. You throw out the 9 because they don't get calls. You look at the front runner because that's what's won both of them. Is it just the 8 horse and everybody else go home in the finale?
Well, I like the 4 Power Agenda. Likes Parx Racing, been in the money 67% of the time, winning 33% of the starts, and can handle today's distance. Then the 10 Persistent Danger drops in class today, has a high percentage when trainer wins 20% of the races in the last start with the trainer, and can improve at the shorter distance. And then the 6 ran second versus Simmer in the last race, highest last speed rating, best start speed is fastest among today's starters. And then 7 Amazing Woo finished 3rd versus Tupper in the last race, has a high percentage winning trainer. No additional bets for me here.
Ducale. They better get a call because I have it at the top of my exacta key box. Suck if he didn't, but it would be life. Anyway, that one has 3 consecutive speed figure increases in a row. Terry, we see from Barry Meadows that wins at 15%. According to Andrew Beyer, if you have a 3-point speed figure advantage, that wins at 15%. This one gets a simulation favorite, and it tends to put together back-to-back peak races. Last race was the first of the back-to-backs. Dither, the 8-horse potential pace setter. We've seen those go 2 for 2 so far. Also your top total pace horse. Number 7, Amazing Woo! Ronnie Woo! If you're a Cubs fan, you'll get it. If not, too bad. A very consistent performer. This horse's speed numbers are all headed in the right direction. And finally, the 4-horse Power Agenda, by far the best C-zone. Another highly consistent performer. My $5 exacta key box, 6 with the 4, the 7, the 8, and the 10. And I think I fully spent all of my $100.
Yep.
Here are our picks for the day. Race number 1 was won by
Number 1.
Race number 2 won by the 2-horse. Just follow that pattern for the rest of the day. That means the 3-horse will win race number 3, the 4-horse race number 4. You don't have to think about it beyond that. Makes it easy. Race number 2, the pick 4s are off and running. Race number 3, no bets. Race number 4, another pick 4. Race 5, no bets. Race number 6, an exact key box. Race number 7, another of our pick 4s. Race 8, a double. Race 9, Terry's best bet of the day. Race 10, another exact key box. So our Benny in the bets really weighted heavily towards the back half of the card. And then, of course, free picks. I did change it, Terry. You'll see right here while we were doing it. Will Rogers has become the free track of the day. So link in the description on YouTube. We'll also timestamp every race in the description so you can come back and see why Terry likes Lucky Dude in race number 9 as his best bet of the day. Also, a few minutes over here. One final time, Terry, before we come back for Parx tomorrow. Tampa Bay on Wednesday, Gulfstream on Thursday, as well as 4 and Friday with our good friend, 22-1 Tom. What should you do right now?
Yeah, you should subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit the bell so that you're notified about all the programs coming up, and you can go ahead and see Thomas on Friday, 4 and Fridays with Rich. And then go ahead and copy the link below and share it with everybody you know. Go to our social sites at Blue Sky, Facebook, X, TikTok, and Instagram, and give us at Horse Racing the number 2 day, and give us a thumbs up and a like, and keep all of the different different picks coming in comments, as we like to see them help with our algorithms. And something canceled.
So live racing has been canceled for the rest of the day.
What the racing here?
Yeah, right on time, folks. What the hell? All right, anyway, you can still support the channel. Maybe tomorrow we'll be back, maybe not. Who the hell knows the way things are going of late. No matter what you're doing in your life, hopefully if things are going good for you, they continue to do so. If times are a little down, we certainly hope that reverses course and that you have God's grace, God's favor. And every single thing you do until we get back together again, Terry, ends up in one place, and that can only be
the winner's circle.
Yes, indeed. Have a blessed Monday. There's no more racing at Parx.
Well, I don't know. I'm looking here, and it doesn't appear canceled here, but
yeah, it says on the screen it's canceled. Yeah.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess we're canceled too then, Terry. All right, folks, make it a blessed Money Monday. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. We enjoyed the show, even though there's nothing left to go. Until then, have a great day.